Hey, happy Friday. Thanks for being here, joining. Um, we should already be set up and streaming. I see the first comment there, but probably came a couple minutes early. I think I am on time. I think I set it up for 2:30. Happy Friday. We are in Highland Park, just outside of Los Angeles again. I really wish it were sunny, because there's beautiful views of these awesome hillside houses. So, hey Mario, happy Friday. Yeah, just want to put that up real quick. Highland Park, about to walk down to the boulevard. So we started off at Avenue 58. Highland Park is really nice and neighborhoody, but honestly, it's just a few steps from Los Angeles. In fact, you could take the train here, Gold Line that you would pick up at, hey Cecilia, Gold Line that you would pick up at 7th and Metro Station, which is like the cross point for the cross point. That's a new word. That's like the connection point, I guess, for the Gold Line going towards Azusa or the coast. I forgot what the last stop there is. So we're in Highland Park. It's a really cute neighborhood, and the cool thing about it is it's not completely gentrified, so it still has a lot of charm. If Pasadena, it's a nice couple days after Pasadena visit, because if Pasadena was antique and ritzy, this is working class. Kind of starting off late in the walk, but we're gonna go through it anyway. So if you took the train here, I did not. I'm going to create my first members only video today. Well, not my first one I'm going to put up today. Hey Jay. So let's walk this way and kind of check out its vintage coolness, and then we'll walk towards the other direction, towards the Arroyo Seco. We're also going to dip into little side streets and check out shops. Probably not going to go into any. How's everybody doing this Friday? It is, I'm not really sure what the temperature is in Highland Park. It was 72 in my car when I got out. I was too preoccupied with setting up. So we'll look at this little back street. We'll walk back and look at the train station. We will start this all over again. It says the signal is 5,500 kbps. And I had the Wi-Fi shut off. That's the first thing I did. We'll get to the more interesting part in a few seconds. I just have to go make sure I locked my car. And I haven't used the app in so long that I have to put my email address in, and I don't have time for that. So there's the not subway that gets you out here. These are the cute little bungalows that kind of California is known for, but they still have them out here in Highland Park. It hasn't been completely gentrified yet. So it still has a lot of the charm. Sorry for an ad. We're just walking back to make sure I locked my car. You're not missing anything, except maybe a train going by. Me eating a donut. I mean, look at them. Like, in this neighborhood, they're kind of not rare. We're gonna walk down Route 66 today, of course, because we always do. So maybe before the freeways or highways, or you'd have to be high to drive them ways, existed. Like, this street that we're about to walk on was a main thoroughfare. So here's the train station again. More little bungalows leading up. You know, they used to be all over, like, the neighborhoods that we live in, that I live in, and Joseph lives in, well, that we live in. And they're really cute. Out here, they make a little more sense. In the city, it's so congested that, and housing is such an issue, it kind of doesn't make a lot of sense, except they're historic. So half of me thinks keep them. Half of me thinks we need better housing solutions. There's someone yelling over there, so we'll cross the street here. These are new rentals. So Highland Park is like an upcoming Pasadena. We're right next to Pasadena. In fact, Pasadena is maybe half a mile away. Okay. You know I locked my car, I can tell, because the handles are not popped out. So we'll freak these people out that we walked by earlier and walk by them again. I'm still gonna click my clicker to make sure she's locked. So those are really new condos. And kind of like sort of wreck the character of the neighborhood somewhat. Okay. Oh no. Sorry, my car's locked. I double checked like a OCD person I am. So I drove here today. I could have taken the train. I sometimes feel like I hate backtracking. So to come out here on the train, I literally have to go back into the city and then come back out of the city. So I've had a pretty busy week. I worked on some merchandise, which you saw, and I worked on some more that I didn't put up yet. And I also, sorry, I just got a message that I want to check. I also worked on the memberships, and so I launched those today, or we just launched them right before we went on, or maybe we didn't. I asked Joe to turn those on, so you can check those out. Here we go, text messages. Okay, that was really more effort to read this text message than I needed. I don't really like the Google phone too much, but it was free. A cheap phone. I mean, the phone was free, the service not so much. Hey, Patrick. We will go and definitely walk down the other side of the street, for sure. So, the first membership is you get, I'm going to work on the emojis. Those are really tough to create, but you get emojis, you get a badge, you get to watch some live videos and some other kinds of videos, live videos, and we're going to look at a lot of art too. I forget, live videos, something, maybe Joe can tell us what they are. I haven't memorized them yet. So that's the first level. The second level, you get more, and I can't remember what. And then the third level, you get even more. So they're all great. And they looked kind of like, I looked at some other people's and they're cheaper. Of course, we're smaller, so. But I definitely wanted to provide some value there, so I think there's some value in those. Opportunities to vote, opportunities to direct the walks. Was it in the higher level? Hey Nomad, happy Friday. So we're gonna cross at the next crosswalk that we can and then walk down the other side along the streets. We're gonna dip in and out so we can kind of get the neighborhoody feel. These guys are busy today. I'm referring to the firehouse that you can't see on my left. Hey, Allie, we're in Highland Park. Oh, there's our post office. So as far as the memberships go, I would say I wasn't really prepared to talk about them today, even though I OCD'd on them yesterday. But I'll create a graphic and put one up. So we can better know about it. Thank you so much. It was kind of tricky to get approved, actually. I'm looking forward to the memberships because it'll, I'll just show myself a little more. I just kept walking, but we're gonna go to the bookshop or walk by the bookshop. Hey Patrick, I see it definitely for sure. We're gonna walk up to the Arroyo Seco first and then come back down and walk through the shops. It's such a beautiful day. I would be remiss if we didn't see some nature. But we will definitely take a look at this fresh and independent bookshop because we love books. And we're really gonna love them again one day. Via's tacos. Ooh, tacos, shrimp tacos. Right across from Taco Bell. I was thinking of using Patreon also. I started a Patreon, and I actually did make some media that I'll probably shuttle over to here for the Patreon. But I kind of wanted everything to be in one environment, at least at first. And across, even though it says not to. Tacos. Hiya. Now I'm gonna legally cross the train thing. I don't even know if this is legal where I'm walking, but hey. Since I'm not complaining at all because it's really been fun, but since I'm creating everything myself, I probably didn't choose like the best options in lieu of making it kind of easy. So I went with Fourth Wall to do merch. And I think it's going to be pretty great. I put some up. I would wait to sell it. To buy some, I ordered it, and I'm certainly give you guys discounts. But I really want to see it. I thought it was going to take forever to ship, but it's actually going to be here on Monday, so I'll show it off. Joe and I were going to go away this weekend, but we are not. We have a issue in our bathroom wall that needs to be addressed, and I think they're going to come tomorrow and take care of that for us, or start. So I think it's more important that our bathroom doesn't cave in. But we're gonna go away this month. So we're looking for York Boulevard. How's it going? Which we should see York Boulevard in a little bit. Actually, did we just pass York Boulevard? This is the first time I'm using like a map, because I don't know Highland Park that well. Maybe this is a hint for me. Why is that, Patrick? I realize it's the orange curtain, right? I shouldn't say that. I'm almost in Pasadena. I'm sorry to hear that your books are banned. No books should be banned. Oh. 0.2 miles. I'm looking for York Boulevard. It's probably the next light. Patrick, what books have you written? Also, like, if you have any videos, share the links. The really nice thing about here, and the sun is starting to come out, is the hills are really lush and green after the mist and rain that we've had for the past couple days. Patrick, we will look you up. We are all about supporting banned anything. Well, not anything, but check out this weird, random brick building. Happy Friday, West Coast. We are going to be in town this whole weekend, actually. We're going to go to an event in Waddell Park. I think bookstores are really kind of important parts of different culture, and books are a really important part of different culture. Well, welcome. Patrick Crane also sounds like a great author name. I'm really hoping that we don't see any RATS. Just check out these. Again, this is like where things haven't been torn down. The houses are pretty cool. They're like up on little hills. I can't do them justice. But super cute. Double doors, smart. I don't know if this is very dangerous over here. Flowers are out everywhere. It's been spring for like 2 weeks, I feel like. We have a big cherry blossom tree next door to us. It's actually not that big, and it started blooming last week. Really slowly at first. It's like watching popcorn slowly pop. So this is York. Hello. I'm just going to, we're going to cross here at York. Makes me want a York peppermint patty. Let me know if anybody wants me to stop in and get Burger King chicken fries. I'm kidding. Sort of. So I feel like Highland Park is, it's weird. So you start with Pasadena, Eagle Rock, and Highland Park, and the cities get a little less gentrified and a little more interesting. Just culturally, I think. Oh, is that why the police museum? Should we go in? I wonder how Penny's Burgers is. I wonder if they're really a Penny's. I wonder if I really have to push this stupid button to cross the street. I do. So we're gonna walk to the park that is at the beginning of that bridge. Thank you, man. That bridge that we walked on in Pasadena, or started walking on. I don't know if we're going to be able to see the bridge from below. But we're going to get some nature vibes anyway. We're looking for Avenue 64. I need to get gas on the way home. I don't mind a hike to a museum. I just don't know if we want to go into the police museum. What? That 99-cent store is open looking, but it's not. It says it's open 9 days a week. Maybe that's why they closed. So sad. I'll look for the stained glass studio. Or did I miss it? Diego? Jack in the Box. Do you guys have those in New England yet? I remember the only one was in like Salem, Massachusetts, or Salem, New Hampshire, actually. Woo. We used to call it Jack in the Crack, Jack in the Box. This one is getting a facelift. Very Californian. She's gonna look brand new again. We're in lovely York Square. Popeye's Chicken is over there on the left. That was Avenue 63. We're turning right on Avenue 64, which should be the next avenue. Well, there was like some weird meat scare in the 70s, and they disappeared in New England. They were there, but they disappeared. That was maybe a little before my time, and we had one residual Jack in the Box with a clown in it in Salem, New Hampshire, right on the border. I'll keep my eyes. Kangaroos in the burgers. I thought it was like botulism or something. Here's Avenue 64. Here's where we're supposed to take a right turn, but we might go look at that church because that's pretty cool. This little block is literally like a time capsule. The hardware store. The hand-painted sign. Here's my reflection, really quickly, just to make you dizzy. So let's walk. We'll cross here, we'll cross there, we'll look at the church, and then we will walk to the Arroyo, back to 64, Avenue 64, which is right here. You can see the lush green landscape over there. I can't imagine eating a kangaroo burger, or seal soup for that matter. I think they were trying to, on the radio this morning, or maybe it was something I was listening to, they were trying to teach us more about Greenland. And they gave a recipe for seal soup. I know, I have a second grade palate, chicken McNuggets city, but I don't know if I would want seal soup. Well, if you didn't tell me, and I didn't know, I probably wouldn't care. We'll check it out. I'm almost to Avenue 66. Also, members will get priority directions. I think that's the second level, so you'll be able to do what Patrick is doing now, and I'll listen to you, not that I don't already. But if you guys tell me to go left, don't forget you get to see everything a couple seconds later. And I still have time, I'll go left. This is a giant Popeyes. I'll have to come back down here for eating, for sure. I love look at that alley, look at that nice weird arch or bite out of that roof. So we're almost in front of the church. What do you think is a church? A church school? Somebody loves us, so it's definitely a church. I'm being recorded. Look at this house. Sorry, you can't see, And we got a church. And possibly a school. And some craftsmen's-ish. So I'm on Avenue 66 just right now. Hold on, I'm going back to look through the comments and see. Oh, Figueroa on Avenue 56. This is the bus lot for this really cool church. We're gonna walk back in the other direction. We're gonna cross the street to go to the Arroyo Seco. So 64 and left, I think is where we're headed. I'm hoping that when we get over there, it's gonna look as lush as the hills look from a distance. I'm being recorded again. They're gonna think I'm crazy walking by there twice. I agree. Also, now that the train runs here, you can get out of the city, or into the city, rather, out of Highland Park pretty quickly and go to Pasadena, or Long Beach, or Venice, Santa Monica. So here, Route 64, of course I'm going to miss the light, so we'll be watching for a second. You can take a look at the cherry blossom tree in front of the liquor store. That's pretty cool. Now this is a pretty busy shortcut to avoid taking the Arroyo Seco, which is straight ahead of us, or the freeway, which is to the right. If you go left, you end up in Eagle Rock, then Pasadena. If you go right, you end up downtown LA. So this is like a shortcut from and to those areas. The freeway that we're about to walk up to, the Arroyo Seco, is like Storrow Drive, if I can relate it to something in Boston. It's narrow and windy and curvy, and I hate driving on it. In fact, I did not take the freeway here. I drove through downtown. I felt like I should have been taping that. Storrow Drive scares the crap out of me. The reverse curve part. And for a while, remember when the Yankees and Red Sox, I think the Yankees couldn't win? They had they wrote reverse the curse there. But I hate Storrow Drive. I would have taken the train, but I wanted to listen to tunes on the way here and make sure I was fully charged. Also, we're going to be celebrating this weekend, so I didn't want to be out too late. A couple days of rain, and this is how everything looks. So that white strip is the commuter train. So if you don't want to take the subway and you want to go out to Fontana, let's say for some reason, that's the train you would take. So let's dip down here, see if we can dip down here. Walk back up to the street. All the sugar packets on the ground. The rain is a blessing and a curse. It's a curse because then all this green stuff grows and nobody trims it, so we end up with a bunch of stuff that easily is combustible. All right, I heard my something beep. We're going to walk down and back up. But it's really, you know, it's fun while it lasts, I guess, would be what I'd say. I love these like sort of weirdly themed apartment buildings. We have a lot of them in Hollywood. It just seems like it must have been a real swinging place to live at some point, with its kooky little roof and entryway. Hey, Jesus. Happy Friday. A Waba Grill, huh? We have a Waba Grill in our neighborhood. We went once. I actually really loved the food, but I loved the food. I wouldn't go again though to that one. And welcome. Happy Friday, Highland Park. We're gonna walk back up to the street, take a look at a few more cute houses. We walk down a hill, which means we walk uphill. So there's one on Western. I don't want to knock the Waba Grill because who knows, maybe they'll sponsor this channel. Waba Grill, hashtag Waba Grill. But the one in our neighborhood smells like sewage, like inside, like a pipe busted. And so that's why I've never gone back. So we're heading to the top of this hill. Avenue 63 is right here. And up there. Better than Waba Grill, I might like Panda Express better than Waba Grill. It's nice, quiet, also has a lot of shade and cool breeze. Look at this willow tree swaying. LA needs more trees. LA needs to be more like this. I would, 90% of me would live over here. Beijing beef. I go for the chicken. I guess it's the spicy General Tso's or Gao's chicken. Steamed broccoli, which unfortunately sometimes tastes a little fishy, and white or brown rice depending on my mood. We're gonna cross the street to look at this crazy structure with a bunch of cactuses in front of it. But I actually make a dish frequently that the chicken tastes like that chicken. So we don't go there that often. Oh, this is a private residence. I wonder what the story is behind this. Looks like it used to be a church. Where is Combo A? An Echo Park lake area. Okay, I think we're gonna come back up to where that police car was. This hill is kind of knocking the wind out of my sail. And I'm pretty well exercised. It's very hilly. I want to look at what my heart rate is, but I'm afraid actually. Oh. So let's go back to the shops down the street. There's the park. Hills on the other side. Recreation center. Hey Cecilia, welcome, welcome. Thank you. You are my first member, Sidewalk Surfer. Congratulations. I will create the emojis by the end of this weekend. I only created one. If anybody has any ideas for those emojis, let me know. All I got is the Hollywood sign and pancake so far. Welcome. Thank you so much for the support. May I remind you, we have memberships. Feel free to hook yourself up with one for more fun stuff. Ooh, I did the walking person sign for whatever they're called, like badges, I guess we call them badges in the YouTube world. But I saved one. I definitely could use that for something. So for the emojis, they work when you type like woof and a colon, and then the emoji for woof will appear. They're not set up yet. I'm not gonna have an emoji for woof. This isn't Scruff. But I don't know, there'll be things like that that will run. Pancakes. So there's that taco stand. The taco stand smells so deliciously good. So here's the bookstore. Rare Bird. We are in Highland Park. Do you think they would get mad if I walked in? I'm thinking about it, but I hate walking into places. They're expecting me. It's not the Love Boat. All right, we'll give it a shot. Any books I should look for? Exactly. And look down their glasses at me. So, let's see. Do not shop here if they kick me out. Like maybe they just don't want to be photographed. Figueroa Bookshop, fresh and independent. So let's check out what they've got. Maybe we can find Patrick's book here. I don't know. We'll see. Hi, is it okay if we look around these folks here? Yeah? All right. We won't take a picture of anything crazy.
I mean, it's fine. No, I mean, bookstores survive off the pictures these days.
Right. Okay. They wanted me to go in.
Yeah.
Who are we talking to? These people watching on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Welcome to North Lake Bookshop.
Thank you so much. So you guys, independent bookshop. Tons of books. Maybe Patrick's book is here. Definitely check it out. Thank you so much.
Sure,
Thank you for letting me interrupt your day. Well, there you go. It smelled really good in there, like a bookstore. These people here want me to go in. I don't know what to say. You know I don't do good with confrontation. No, he said I could go in. And we looked around. It was kind of small and there were two lovely people shopping in there, so I didn't want to ruin their experience. They did not ask me to leave. But in fact, he said he survives. They survive on pictures, so it was good. I'll see if we can find a record store down here. I haven't run across one. Patrick, record store. He was very sweet and friendly. I just look very abrupt in the face. I don't know. On the left block south. All right, so I'm thinking we're going south. So we'll see if the record store lets us go in. Do I have to hit this stupid walk button to make it work? There we go. Was Amadeus the guy behind the counter? A young man with a ball cap on, long hair, very, very sweet guy. I saw Little Caesars earlier. I saw two guys carrying a pizza, or two pizzas. Three guys carrying two pizzas. So we're also interested in looking at the murals, because there are a ton of murals here, so I might just dip before I say I dip, if I see a mural. Hey Ty, happy Friday. Everybody is worked for the weekend, I'm guessing. Please, I will just take a moment to say thank you for joining, and please like and subscribe. Also join the membership. Become a member, I mean. You can read all the details on our page. Some vintage shops, like Wasteland, which we also have on La Brea. Let me see if because I had it on like Jumbo. That's why we couldn't see anything. Hey, there we go. Now we can see the full shop. I think I had that on since the other day. Look at, they're eating just like in Europe. I miss little shops also, actually. We have some in our neighborhood. They're not as cute as these, but they're useful. Like this lovely rock. I'm not really sure what that is. A bottle of Goldschlager. This is a pretty cool hipstery shop. I thought it was a Goodwill. It's like redone vintage. No, I haven't seen a pawn shop yet. There aren't as many pawn shops as there used to be. I used to really love to go to a pawn shop. Here's the record store. All right. So this is Gimme Records in Highland Park. I'm going to wait for this dude to pass and then try to go in. Hopefully he's not going in to sell his records. So much like Patrick said, I'll ask them if I can film. Let's see. Oh, it's really dark in there. I'm not gonna go in the record store. But look, here's another vintage store and a florist. But I think like there are very few pawn shops now. I remember Santa Monica used to have a ton of pawn shops. Let's go check out the vintage store. I wonder how the smart glasses work though. That's the only thing. Ooh. So we're on Figueroa, by the way. This is Route 66. This also goes straight into downtown Figueroa. I think the original end of Route 66 is downtown. I don't think that I know that, but maybe it was on Figueroa. A pretty cool gallery. Hey, how are you? I wonder if I can. It would be so great because I wear those Ray-Ban glasses anyway, so it would just look like my regular glasses. But I just wonder about the picture quality. And also, you know, the sound. There's Antigua Bread. We'll circle back up there when we walk down the other side of the street. Let's go this way and check out these buildings. HMS Pinafore is playing. So we're gonna cross one more time and walk through the alley a little bit. I feel like I've parked over here before, not today. There's another Hollywood Savings and Loan. Oh, we can't walk through the alley there, so we'll walk to the street. Remember when I bought the vest harness thing that you could strap the camera onto? It was terrible. It was literally like suspenders that you could put a camera on, but they were so tight, I looked like a ham, one of those hams in a net at the deli. You know, when we ran into the other me, I don't know if he was another bookstore. I don't know if he was streaming at that exact moment, or maybe he was, but he was using like, it almost looked like I guess a DJI action camera. Sorry. Let me know when the ad's over. I tried to get them so they would be like less and like every half hour kind of. There's a pawn shop. A swap mall. Wow. I made that say what I wanted to say. Thanks. You can see movies for really cheap at the Highland Theater if it's still open. I feel like I saw something here. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Yeah. There's Jenny's Ice Cream. What a prestigious looking building. A swap and meet. I know. I read pawn shop. It's some of the same letters. But it's really a studio now instead of a swap meet. They just kept the original signage. I wonder if the Highland Hotel is still a hotel. So, that was the front of the theater. The lodge. We've been to the lodge. So I feel like that theater front sort of belies the magnificence of the rest of it. Another little retro neighborhood. We are going to another record store. So that's two record stores. I guess that would be plural. I thought this theater was like the 30s because of the sort of Moorish mix with the sort of Spanish tile. This building must have been a bank. Stop and smell the flores. There must be a Dodger game somewhere. I believe you're probably right about the 40s. So this used to be the Chicken Boy, a fried chicken restaurant. Well, that was downtown Los Angeles. And now it's this. Well, it's weird because this, I'm looking for the Chicken Boy. Is he on? Oh, there he is. I couldn't see him from my vantage point. And there he is. Chicken Boy. All right, let me make sure I undo that. I did. All right. They probably wanted to open it sooner, but the Great Depression. It's an easy crossing street. So on the other side of the Arroyo Seco. There is a row of Victorian houses that were going to be torn down from all over California, Southern California. I don't know that we can see them from our vantage point, but I think we might be able to. That was a hip coffee place. Hey, BD. This pays a little homage to the, I love the solar panels. To lowrider culture. Hey BD, we're doing great. We are out in Highland Park, which is just a city over from Pasadena. We're not talking mysteries today. I'm gonna still do that, but last week I just wanted to go to a park. This week I kind of wanted to go to Highland Park. It is sort of hazy out, but beautiful. I have to say that my 110 SPF is working really hard. Awesome, yes, we have our first member for today was Cecilia. We're gonna build it out a little more, but we thought for those 3 levels it was a kind of fun offering. It's a great way to support the channel and get a little extra content. I almost said stuff. So the hill up ahead, we are on the other side of Dodger Stadium, more or less. There's our historic Route 66 sign. This will drive you right into Chinatown. So my first like private video, I'm going to film today. Well, my first like extra video for members. I'm going to film today on my way home. I will either post it today or tomorrow, depending on how long it takes to upload it, blah, blah, blah. But for those special little videos, feel free to let me know if you have anything in particular you'd like to see. Also, we are gonna not go away this weekend because we gotta take care of our bathroom. We will, I think, go away next weekend. So we might do a poll on 3 places to see where you guys would want to see. It looks like a church lost its big stained glass window. That is not the church from the image. How does that happen? It just falls out. We'll do some polls. I want to do a lot more polls for sure. Kind of like a group brain funding. We're gonna take a look at some more murals. I think we could recognize these 2 guys. It's still going to be a special weekend. I just we have a problem with our bathroom wall, and it needs to be fixed. And there's Kobe, I like to call him for some reason, ripping his shirt off. Let's see if they've got any cool stuff in the back here. No. Just more Green Hill. I really didn't follow baseball, sorry. I didn't really follow basketball that much. Oh my god, there's almost a rainbow over there. LA loves a rainbow. We're not high fidelity enough to show the rainbow. I need to get gas on on my way home, so don't comment about the gas prices. Please. Thank you. We just have a really old apartment, and it's kind of big enough, you know? It's just, and we like the neighborhood, it's just the apartment itself is kind of, probably hasn't been redone since the 90s. And so it's getting a little dilapidated. We got a new floor in our kitchen, kind of joke, and we got a new floor in our living room, which is fine. So that's the back of Silver Lake, right? I could be wrong. Avenue 52. Let's go down Avenue 52. I think this is going to lead to something interesting. And it does, the Food for Less parking lot. The thing is, if they would just give me the money, most of the stuff, except for the bathroom wall, I could probably fix myself. Although, I don't want to lay floors. It smells so good over here, like fried chicken. I think I got the chicken boy on my mind. So I'm not as natural in Highland Park as I am in Los Angeles. So I might get a little bit lost, but again, I do have my other phone. Look at these beautiful trees. I don't know if it's Pioneer chicken. We talk a lot about Pioneer chicken. If it is, I could really eat a piece of crunchy chicken right now, actually. I'm gonna plug in really quickly. Give me 1 second. That was kind of painless. Let me know if the sound goes out. We definitely walked by. Hey, Gilbert, thank you so much. We really appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. Okay. I just tripped on that hole. I feel like a senior citizen, but it was a really big hole. Check these beauties out. Not as revered as the ones that we walked through, but really beautiful house. Also, it's pink, not beige. And poor little house caught on fire. Oh, really? The mic said that it was plugged in. Like it gave me the message. But if it sounds good, then we'll just leave it alone. So I'm walking to where the stop sign is. That's where the Arroyo Seco freeway is. I believe there's a frontage road that we can walk along. Maybe we can get to the Victorian Row. I believe you can see it from the other side of the street. When I was making 4K videos, I'll switch it to a crunchy chicken dinner. It's almost as coffee is almost as expensive as a crunchy chicken dinner. I think we got an iced coffee last Friday and it was like $7 or something. The coffee we buy mostly is from the grocery store, and you have to go to the deli and they scoop it out and they mix like a blend of beans for you. It sounds much fancier than it is. It was $8.99 like 2 months ago. We stopped buying it because I was going to Smart and Final and getting like the Peerless brand coffee beans, which are great, by the way. And I bought it again, and the price went from $8.99 to $10.99. So there's downtown LA. You can almost not see it. So let's cross if we can. After you. Sorry. I'm gonna walk. I wonder where this path goes. I'm half tempted to take it because that's the direction we want to go in. Should I do it? Let's do it. You know, I love the Nespresso, but they're so easy to make that Joe and I were buying them all the time. We were just going through them really quickly. I also like the Keurig too. My sister had one of those, and I tend to drink way more coffee. So this is how it's like Storo Drive, sorry. You have to stop there to merge onto the freeway. And the other thing about the Keurig machines is that the ones where you can fill them yourselves are terrible. Hey, BD, thank you so much. Cecilia, BD, my first 2 members. I really appreciate that. Yay, I promise you guys good stuff. Sidewalk surfers. So I'm hoping that this leads not to my peril. You can see the LA River over there, as seen in Greece, right? You'll be getting your official cards in the mail. B1 and B2, like the bananas and pajamas. Gilbert, Cecilia, BD, thank you guys so much for the support. Jesus Christ. Sorry, I just took... That guy just creeped up on me. Not creeped up on me, but I didn't expect to see anybody there. For discount coffee. It's like the AAA card, AAA member card. You get all kinds of discounts at, I'm joking. It's a covered jogging path, which makes it really nice. The thing is, there's no way to get out of it, though, once you're jogging in it. Oh, never mind, look. You can escape right there. We are glad you found us, too. We are glad to have met all of you. So thank you so much for watching me in LA and walking in LA with me. I put on deodorant today. I'm actually really glad. I know that's TMI. So this isn't quite the nature walk that I had intended, but it's pretty nice nonetheless. We're gonna go back though. Back downtown. Wow, you actually got... That's the first one I created. We're not in Hollywood today. You know, it's always sad when all you have is the tiny travel stick and you've gotten to the plastic and you're almost to the point where you need to scoop it out. I have 2 travel sticks as backup emergency deodorant. One of them is probably 99% gone. You can see the plastic. And the other one is a brand that makes my pits itchy. I was really afraid if I went and did all of these crazy emojis, they would look really bad, so I just started with that one. Hey, Brandon. Hey, Brandon. Lovely path on California's first highway. Taco, ramen, pancakes. Meat on a stick and a vegetable sandwich. We need some vegetarian emojis. The Friday commute is light. I bet it gets stacked up here closer to Pasadena though. A crispy tofu emoji or a gooey tofu emoji. I tried to make a Capitol Records building, but it couldn't format it, so it didn't look like a squatty toilet paper roll. A mushroom pita pocket. Hey, Simply Sonora. We are in lovely Highland Park. Possibly getting a parking ticket. But we'll figure that out. I got a parking ticket in Pasadena the other day also. Another reason why I don't like to drive. When I parked in Pasadena, it said $5 all day. But it was actually $10 all day. Oh, there'll definitely be a donut emoji. So they tried to fine me $56 for parking for over 2 hours. I called them and I was like, well, what if I don't pay it? It's not the police. And she hung up on me. Then I called back and I said, how can I pay this without paying $56? And I just had to buy another $5 parking and it was covered, and then emailed them. So it all worked out. I didn't turn on my watch. I've almost turned it on like the past 4 or 5 walks, or maybe 3. Castle Green. That was that building. That looked like a castle that ghosts would live in. I'm pretty sure it's like a senior living or assisted living now, because I worked in Old Town and I feel like I remember somebody, an older lady in a wheelchair, telling me that she lived there. And then I put the rest together myself. No, maybe. Actually, I wanted to put a supercut together of all the times I said, I think I would be embarrassed. The supercut. So these are not cherry blossoms that we're walking under now. These are jacarandas. Pretty. but they're not particularly smelly. Here we'll get really close to a jacaranda and pick one. Yeah, almost no scent. Yeah, I'll do an supercut. Joe, you can start downloading videos now. I wonder if there's a way that we could get AI to like pull out all the ums for us. He can be quite the comedian when he's not making fun of me and hurting my feelings. I'm kidding. Awesome. I know what you're doing tonight on your birthday eve. Now it smells like chicken again and fries. It's definitely like delicious. Ultra pasteurized, ultra processed chicken smell. Is it the 7-Eleven chicken things that they have? I've only eaten a 7-Eleven food item once. Except for the cookies. I eat the cookies all the time. So we're gonna do the other side of the street. It's weird because the Victorian era sounds so old, but it isn't really that long ago. In fact, the town that we're in right now is Highland Park is 1900s. When is the Victorian era? 1899 to 19 something. Me too. We're gonna try to have a lot of fun. Good, clean California sober fun and stay alive. I don't know why this Wiener Schnitzel isn't open, but oh, punch buggy. Oh, it smells like gas, that punch buggy. But I would love a corn dog, actually, from Wiener Schnitzel. Hey, Robert. Welcome, welcome. We are in Highland Park, just outside of Los Angeles. Kind of a time capsule of what LA neighborhoods used to be like maybe 50 years ago. Another bookstore, you guys. Welcome, welcome, Monica. Happy Friday. We are in Highland Park. Actually, I bought a plant once in Highland Park somewhere. Not at this store, but I still have it. It's a snake plant. There's our church again. We never ran into the lodge. I have a really good friend that played at the lodge. I love flautas and gorditas. I don't like the torta so much. He wants to go to the Cheesecake Factory for his birthday. Oh, Viper Room is on Sunset Boulevard. That's deep in Los Angeles, like almost to Beverly Hills. They're about to tear down the Viper Room, actually. I loved Twin Peaks, the first one anyway. I'm gonna dip back down to the street, but I'm gonna I'm on the wrong block. I gotta try to put a little more money in my car parking, unless I already got a ticket. I got to go to Twin Peaks once in Washington and see the lodge. There we go. That building also looked a little Moorish, more than Victorian. The Castle Green. Here's some meat firing up. I'm about to walk through it and hold my breath. It smells so good, actually. There is like a coffee shop on every block here in Highland Park. It's probably why the bookstores do so well. I think it's supposed to be beautiful this weekend, actually. It's supposed to dip down and get a little cooler. But it feels kind of muggy today. They said in the news that it was going to rain this morning, but it never did. So we just have that sort of gray clouds. Oh no, yes, I did go to the coffee shop in Twin Peaks, actually. I thought you meant in Highland Park. In Twin Peaks, no. It was a diner that we went to, and actually there was a Twin Peaks mural painted on the back of it. Washington is beautiful, actually. Seattle area. And I love the rain. I mean, I wouldn't want to live in it that much. I love the rain mostly because it never rains here, and it's such kind of a treat. I love David Lynch, though. I will admit that I have not seen all of his movies, but the national treasure, I think. I'm gonna jaywalk. The train that's coming up right now, this is $1.75. So I drove today, and that's why I'm running back to the parking lot, although I probably already have a ticket. This is just the subway train here, and this is the Gold Line. It rides all the way to Azusa. So you have to change at 7th Street Metro, and honestly, I don't know how far away we are from my house, probably not that far, but you can just switch at the 7th Street Metro and take the gold line out here. Jeez Louise, I almost just dropped. I'm mostly a train rider in LA, I have to say. Joseph and I talked about car last night and how little we use it. It's a really nice train network because it's been set up in the last 40 years, so it makes a lot of sense in some ways. But like, for me to come here, I have to go into town and then go back out of town. And I didn't want to do that on the train, which is kind of stupid because I actually drove into town to drive here. You'll see, I'm filming my ride home. It feels like a more humble Pasadena. Like a little more working man's. Pasadena has like a millionaire's row. And I'm sure there's some multi-million-dollar houses in Highland Park for shizzle. But it just seems more approachable, if you will. And they have a lot of downtown parking. It's all limited to 2 hours though. So I'm at 1 hour and 43 minutes. I actually probably don't need to put money back in. But I wanted to walk a little more and I don't want to get a $55 ticket from the police or from the whatever it is who gives the parking tickets. If it was like the United Parking, the place I parked the other day, I told her I was not going to pay it. And they could take me to court. And I said my name was BD. No, I'm kidding. But I did tell them I wasn't going to pay it. That's when they told me about the $5 trick. So to go to the beach like Santa Monica on the train, here's the old street trains. To go to Santa Monica, oh my God, are those police by my car? To go to Santa Monica, you would again get on the Red Line train towards downtown, depending on where you were, and then switch at the 7th Street Metro for the Gold Line. And you would not be going in the direction of Azusa. This poor gentleman has been screaming since I parked here an hour and 44 minutes ago. Some Dodger fans in a Tesla. Hey. Hey, unknown. We are in Highland Park. Oh, 9 minutes I have. Let's do 1 more hour and 8 minutes. I don't know if I will stay live for 1 more hour, but
I thought we were left field again.
and looks like we're good. Or no, it's still authorizing. You can barely read this.
I would have had it. I don't even have his number. I got a new number.
There we go, approved. And there's the handy. I tried to find them. Let's see if we can get back to them.
LA!
Hey.
Go Dodgers! Go Dodgers!
And we got some Dodger fans. Hopefully they don't scratch my car. Kidding. All right, let's see. I'm gonna take out this other phone. I feel like there have been a lot of police chases this week. Like there was one where they ended up at the airport, and then another one where they ended up at the mall, or the Disney parking lot. So, do you guys have a Google phone, or do you have, hey Penny. Welcome, welcome. Hold on. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go down this side now. To the left or to the right? Let me know and we can get some juice. Maybe. So, I think this was a cheap free phone. I just had to pay the service. And it's a Google phone, and I really appreciate having it. That's really awesome. So I don't mean to sound like I'm looking a gift horse in the mouth, but using it compared to the environment that I'm used to, I'm looking up the Victorian houses. The Apple environment, it's tricky. Also, doot, 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 doot. All right, hold on. All right. So the place I want to try to find is called Heritage Square. I don't know that we'll make it all the way to it. I'm just trying to see if they have a map. Oh wait, directions. Here we go. Hopefully that... This is like a Nokia phone, so it's pretty basic. Hey Kasepi, how's it going? We are in Highland Park, which is just outside of Los Angeles. It's really part of Los Angeles. Getting here. Driving directions. Let me see Chicken Boy again. Alright, hold on. I need to find Google Maps. I found Google Maps. Directions. We're going in the right directions. Hey, BD, thank you so much. Again, thank you for being a member. And thank you for the donation. I really, really, really appreciate that. We'll use that for Joe's birthday. Okay. I don't know that we're going to go there because it's a 42-minute walk. And then I wouldn't get back to my car on time.
It depends on the contract.
Oh, here's that theater from across the street. The swamp meat. A record store and haircuts. You know, I looked actually to see if there were any landmarks nearby, and I could not find any. The closest one is the Heritage Square Museum. I mean, there are other like landmarks that wouldn't be too familiar. We keep seeing these signposts. I can't wait to watch you live with your new equipment. I'm jealous. I love new equipment. Oh, here's the lodge, actually. I forgot that it was right here. There's La Palapa, the juice store. Is that the juice store you were talking about? That little one, sort of barrel architecture, whatever that is. It's kind of like got a rounded soffit, maybe you'd call that. Probably in the hills, Billie Eilish. I have a favorite mural that I'm looking for, and I really can't find. I think it might have been here. I read about using the gimbal in the car, and it said it was tricky because it was constantly working to keep the roasty. I love roasty, but I have a dashboard mount for my camera that I'm going to use today. I don't think I've ever used it before. Whoa. Perfect. I wanted, for myself, I was looking for a way that I could, like, if we were doing a walk and then I had to drive places and then walk again, for a way to, like, not have to take this off of the gimbal to set it up every time. The DJI gimbal that I used to use, it was just the phone was too heavy, but it had a clip-on thing, so when you were ready to use it, it was kind of all set up. You would just clip it on. Big Mama's Donuts. I've got to definitely experiment with more car stuff. Car gear. Little shop. Yeah. Historic Route 66. For my old car, I had a camera that went into the front. I never put the backup camera in though, because I didn't like the idea of having too many cords. I'm sure I could have made it discreet. No murals there. Well, I don't think I'm actually gonna find those houses because they're too far away. So let's take a right on Avenue 53, which we haven't walked on before. Take a look at some cute little houses. Hey Ty, welcome back. These are the little bungalows and 1930s houses. Yep, it never really got gray, or fully gray. It just dipped in a little bit and then the sun. So we'll definitely be going to Hancock Park in the next 2 weeks. It's going to be quite a juxtaposition from this humble, cute little neighborhood. We're going to walk above the subway. I'm going to put timestamps because in also, or chapters or whatever they're called. I just haven't gotten around to doing that yet. I just am always also interested in once I do a live, as you know if you do lives, and you do, it starts transferring up, and then it transfers up in SD, standard definition. And then if it finds any music, I erase it at that point. And then it takes... Hancock Park's always lovely. I thought of going there today, but I really wanted to come to Highland Park. If I remove a song, it takes sometimes like 12 hours for the thing to go to HD, and nobody wants to watch standard definition. Well, I did 20 years ago. I want to get Joe to go to Hancock Park with me, though. This way nobody thinks I'm casing their mansion. Monte Vista. The music issue really does suck, because a lot of the time it's somebody who's not even alive anymore to get those royalties, especially where I walk. Or it's somebody I don't like and I don't want them to have the royalties, or, you know, I basically would like to make money doing this, so when those songs are in there, I'm sharing it with SZA, for example. I've never run into a Billie Eilish song yet. I'm also, every once in a while, a song will be so clear and it will not catch it. And I'm often surprised. Or the last video I did, it was remember when we were eating the tacos on Wednesday? Except we still need to do a taco video. We're eating the tacos on Wednesday, and that music came on. So that song got caught, or whatever. And then another song that was playing out of somebody's car that I didn't even hear got picked up by the microphone. The houses are even nicer once you go into the hills, as they generally are up there. Oh, or the violin player playing the theme from the Titanic, and I called it something else. Like that I had to erase also. It was like a dude playing the Titanic. I think he had a backing tape though, because some of those street performers use like almost a karaoke style backing tape, so they'll play the violin or the guitar, and then the tape will play the rest of the parts. I'm such a musician. So we are going to tip left up here, go take a look at this really cool church. The hills are full of Billie Eilish. There's another for my supercut. Thanks so much for watching today. This isn't the most sexy or glamorous neighborhood for sure, but it's definitely a neighborhood worth checking out in Los Angeles. I just like the fact that it's kind of vintage and preserved and quaint and clean. It has a couple moments though. Really nice Simpsons mural. I've read about the wild parrots of Highland Park. I like that Marge has a Homer tattoo. Now we really can't get too close to the church, but we'll walk up to it and check it out. Did we see this church before? Yeah, there's wild parrots in Los Angeles, actually over in Highland Park. Actually all over LA. This is a United Methodist Church. The sun, full blast now. It's also a school, Chandler's Preschool. What's the lore behind the parrots? I remember when I would go to Woolworths. Yes, I said Woolworths. And they sold parakeets there. And I remember the slogan was, "Birds, the living gift." I don't know that the birds thought so. Here's a Victorian house up here. Not one of the groovy ones. I just imagine somebody in a pet store setting them free. The people that lived upstairs from me, they had a couple of giant parakeets. Or parrots rather. They live so long though. They sometimes outlive their humans. It would make me sad to think about, actually. To let you know they're alive, that's why the caged bird sings. That would be my guess anyway. Here's another hall for rent. Not quite the Castle Green, but you could have an event there. I read the story about the parakeets like 20 years ago. I also read another story about a building downtown that has spiders in it that are so poisonous. The only other place those spiders are in the world, I think, is Colombia. And so scientists will go to this building, and they wouldn't tell you which building it was and where it was, to study the spiders and their venom. They must have come here rolled up in a carpet or something. I think that's the lore there. So this is the second street back from the main street, or we're parallel to the train station. It's hardly an avenue. Also, some of the streets that are called boulevards. I think of a boulevard as being a wide, fancy street. There's the train. Hey Jen, thanks for joining us. We are walking in LA. We are walking in Highland Park. Cute little piece of vintage California. Los Angeles area. And there's your cherry blossoms. Those smell so great. And Jacaranda's up ahead. Let's cross down to the street, and then I'm gonna hop in my car, strap on my camera, and head home. We will be live streaming tomorrow, 100% for sure. Probably around between 1 and 2 o'clock. I will put the notice up tonight. We'll also be live streaming on Sunday. Maybe we're going to a park on Sunday. I will put up the notice probably tomorrow for Sunday. I don't know what I'm waiting here for, but everybody has stopped. Let's go this way. So we've got jam-packed little schedule for the next couple days of live streaming. I'm going to do my April schedule for this month and when I'll be live streaming. If you guys have any ideas or themes that you would like me to explore, we're walking down the same street for the 4th time. Other than that, put them in the comments. I definitely, German rooster. I definitely want this to be a collaborative effort. No, the Victorian houses are about 42 minutes away. And it's rush hour, so I'm probably not going to go to the Victorian houses today. They're also behind a fence, so I was only thinking we were going to see them from the other side of the street, or the Seco, if you will, the Arroyo Seco. So thank you so much. Appreciate the contributions. 2 new members. Looking forward to getting this channel up and going. Please feel free to subscribe. Please chat if you subscribe. We love chatting. And take a look at the memberships. Also, merchandise. I just put some merchandise. Don't buy it yet. I'll definitely create some coupons for that. And I also just ordered some, so I would love to make sure it meets my jerky standards, or very high standards, if you will. So thank you so much. We will see you again tomorrow if you join us. If not, you can always rewatch. We really appreciate you being here. Again, BD, Gilberto, Cecilia, thank you so much for joining, contributions. I promise I'll make the membership worth your while. Have a really awesome Friday night. Don't party too hardy. I'll see you tomorrow. Here's my train. Good night, everybody.